Hi everyone. I think we're live. I think we're live. Sorry that I'm a little late. I know the light is not great. I was trying to fix my setup. It's a mess, okay? But I'm sorry about that, but still we got some really cool and interesting things to share with you this month. Thank you so much for watching this. If you're new here, I'm Ale. I'm the developer advocate at Testkube. If you're new entirely to Testkube, well, Testkube is, first of all, of course, welcome in. Testkube is a Kubernetes native testing framework that is pretty much an orchestrator so you can run, execute, get the centralized results of all of your tests for your apps in Kubernetes. We pretty much let you run any type of test you want. Okay. There are no limits with Testkube, and the possibilities are endless. So this this thing that's going on is our community update call, which we started doing last month to kind of help you get up to speed or up to date with everything that's been going on within Testkube, the team, what new things are out, what is coming next, what you, the community, has been doing too. So we like to kind of shed light on everything that was going on. So this is after the holidays. I of course hope that everyone had an amazing time off, that you feel rested, that you feel ready to come back and say yes to testing this 2024. All right. Testing is cool now. Testing is cool this 2024. And if you're not doing it, you're out. So I'm going to help you get up to speed with Testkube and testing in Kubernetes. So we have a few updates. The way that we're going to structure this is we're going to go through the things that we implemented last month, which would be December, as today's January 11th, and just kind of go over the new features, go over the new content that we shared, news from the community, upcoming events that we have, yada, yada, yada. So I'm going to share my screen to show you everything. Okay, so you should be able to see it now. I think so. I'm so confused right now. So sorry about that. Okay, so December was an amazing month because we finally released something really cool that is sure to help all of us in our debugging efforts. Okay. We've all been there where we're testing, right? We're running a few test suites, running a few test cases, and then we get to debugging and noticing that something is going on, something isn't going the way it should be going, right? So we may notice, oh, wait. So we may, sorry about that. My computer popped up, restart notification. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that right now. Anyways, going back to prefacing the new and amazing feature that the team worked on, that is log highlights. So we've all been there where we have logs that are thousands and thousands of lines long. Okay. That's when the real trouble begins. Okay. You may have a test that's failing, and okay, you go to the logs, you notice that, okay, it's 100 lines. It's fine. It's 30 lines, 40 lines. I can find the error pretty quickly. But what happens when we're dealing with hundreds and hundreds or thousands of lines? Well, log highlights is going to help us navigate through that. And so starting last month, TestCube's new feature, which is log highlights, helps you actually highlight keywords in within your logs. I actually think that I need to zoom in. Let me just try and zoom in. Should see it a little better, and we're going to see it in action, of course, in a little bit. But we've added a set of keywords that you can automatically highlight from your test results view, the log output view, which is straight from the dashboard. These keywords include specific words related to errors, warnings, access configurations, resources, and more. So we have the full list of keywords available in our documentation. Oh, I'm not sharing my whole screen. Give me a second. I'm just sharing that tab. So let me try and fix that. Share screen. Okay, you should be able to see it now. So in our documentation, which I'll also link over here. There you go. You can find our docs there. You will find it's pretty straightforward, right? It's pretty much what I told you. You will be able to filter words. They are automatically grabbed from our set of keywords that are for error keywords. We have error, exception, fail, critical, and fatal. So Testkube will automatically bring you to those words. We also have connection keywords that include, of course, connection, disconnection, lost, timeouts, refused, handshake, retrying. So all of those, everything related to connection. Then we have resource issues. So out of memory, if there's memory leaks, you can detect that pretty directly. Resource exhausted, limit exceeded, quotas. So you can check how your quotas are. Then access and authorization. So if this is a permission issue when running your test, if access has been denied, if you're unauthorized, if a certain action is forbidden, invalid tokens, or expired tokens as well, or credentials. So if you go over to app.testkube.io, just over here, you will see it pretty much, already in action. You can just open, let's see, this failing test, and then we're gonna open the log view. Immediately, you see that you can highlight the keywords, right? So you can select, let's say, I'm not concerned about connection issues, so I just don't wanna see those. You can do that. You can just select from the list, from the drop-down list, and as you can see, they're already highlighted. So failed, right? And then the other cool thing is that you can also navigate from the scroll bar. So you can click over here and say, okay, I see that there's some over here. Let me go to them directly. So this has the objective of making you find everything really, really, really speedily, and just saves you a lot of time, saves you and your testers a lot of time. So that's a really cool thing that happened in December. Another cool thing is that we are really, really feeding into the testing handbook. So our testing handbook is growing. We really pushed the content machine in December. All right. We went crazy with new content tutorials that we know that you have either been asking for it, that you've, all the questions that you give us through Discord. Of course, we want to feed you all the information we can, empower you to use Testkube to its maximum potential. So we specifically revamped our information on continuous delivery and integration, so you can really implement Testkube into your CI/CD pipeline without any troubles. We specifically wrote about Jenkins and GitHub Actions. Another thing is that we revamped the documentation. So our documentation on these topics is also up to date. So you should go check out either of those. So this is a more, again, I'm leaving the docs link right there, but this is a more, I guess, beginner friendly, or just a friendly hand holding tutorial. If you want that, we have them over here. To find our handbook, all you have to do is go to testkube.io/learn, or go to testkube.io and then support learn. Okay. And then, you get a tutorial that we wrote about using GitHub Actions, how to set it up, how to, for example, run tests based on how your entire CI/CD workflow, if there's a pull request, if there's changes in your code, or how to make it so that one of the requirements for a pull request to be merged is that a test in Testkube runs and passes, of course. So yeah, that's the tutorial that we wrote. Then we also have one for Jenkins as well, to use with the Jenkins plugin. And if you head over to our documentation and you look up specifically about them, you will find our updated documentation with up-to-date code and configurations that will help you set up GitHub Actions, Jenkins, also GitLab CI, and GitOps tools as well. So we also wrote about, we went back to feeding into more testing tools. So we heard you about running tests for your Java application. So we wrote a little bit about that, and also what types of tests we support and what types of testing tools we recommend in our types of testing Kubernetes post. We also posted a Gradle tutorial that is more in tune with our documentation this time. It's more technical. We dove a little deeper into the technicalities and how to actually work with an existent Gradle application that's built with the Gradle engine. And so you get the code here. We build a small test suite, and then how to just implement it with Testkube and see it succeed. Okay, so this is one of them. We're also trying to feed into other Java build tools like Maven. So stay on the lookout for that. That's coming. And then finally, for community and events, we are having a webinar with InfraCloud. Our friends are InfraCloud on January 17th, which is next week, Wednesday, January 17th at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Bruno, our product lead, will be joining our friends at InfraCloud to talk about building quality-centric platforms with Testkube. So don't miss that. It's going to be, you can sign up to that on LinkedIn. We've let the links over there, and also on our social media, but I'll make sure to link all of that below so you don't miss that. And if you're subscribed to our newsletter, you got the email to sign up for that. So make sure to check that out. We also had our first community call in November, and that was a blast. We had a lot of news to share, so that was pretty cool. And we're really excited for what's coming. As for what's coming, there are a lot of things. So Testkube Pro changed a lot from the beginning of the year to now, right? We saw, actually, let's take a look at it because there's just so many things to look at. Where did I leave it? Did I close it? Oops, no, that's not it. Okay, so, oh, I'm gonna leave this out. Just so many things happened, right? We introduced status pages. We introduced test suites. We parallel test suites. Sorry, test suites already existed. That parallel test suites. We introduced new executors. We introduced log highlights, which is what I just told you about, and so many more things that have completely changed the experience and hopefully give you more developer productivity and tester productivity, right? Because that's what we're looking for as we're growing and as we're adding more stuff and more features to Testkube. So the one thing that I wanna say is, First of all, thank you. Thank you so much for all of the features, all the feedback. We really, really appreciate it. I think it really makes us thrive, right? We thrive on your feedback. We love to hear how it's going for you. So if you're using Testkube, if you're implementing it, if you've successfully done so in your teams, if it's helped you in any way, we would love to hear that. We would love to hear that, and we are open to your commentary. Join our Discord, come talk to us, email us. Don't hesitate to give Testkube a try and be as critical as possible. You know, build with it, break with it, because that's how we get stuff done. And we are going to be trying to do more case studies this year, sorry. So if you have anything to share, we would love to hear it. So we're always here to hear it. Tell us, don't break any NDAs. Nobody wants that, but do share, please. And I think that's it for the month. For the monthly, it was a brief update because with December being a very busy holiday month, but we're excited for what's coming. We have more events coming up that will put you more in touch with what the team is up to. Stay up to date with us and check out our learn page. There's our learn page. Join our Discord as well. Go check our GitHub, give us a star, create an issue if you have one, if you want one, and just tell us how you're doing with TestCube. It's been lovely to work with you and for you. So thank you so much and happy testing.